Final bounce of the ball from Kinghorn off this artificial surface. Edinburgh used to that now with their new ground back home. Ritchie up at the front, and the rest of his team look to get into a driving position, trying to get low. Referee tells them both sides to keep their bind in there. And McAnally goes on his own. Now he'll need support. Velicott just short of the line. On goes De Bruyne. Can he roll over and score? He can.
Really rattled, having been 17-7 up against Munster last week, and they lost the game.
That made a dent, but Crosby's trying to be a nuisance on the floor. Farrell chips over to Daly. It's a one-on-one for Elliot Daly. Not anymore.
But the key thing is Daly, he stepped off the right foot before he catches the ball, knowing that Van der Merwe was coming across, so he attacked his inside shoulder, captures the ball, steps off the right foot, makes it a very difficult tackle for anybody covering across. Really good stuff.
He's such a classy footballer, isn't he, Elliot Daly? 31 defenders beaten this season. He's a class act. Stepped in and, well, he had the beating of Duhan van der Merwe, didn't he?
Well, that was really dynamic. Now can his backs deliver? Well, they nearly didn't. Buffelli, that was high from Itoje. That was pretty clear. It's not going to be a card, but it is a penalty. This is the best way to punish it. And that was effortless. It was a mere clip.
On the blind side of Theo McFarlane, and Saracens with the throw.
And a chance to take the lead. Ben Earl's got it. And he may be over here.
Back to Itoje. They're borderline over the line before Edinburgh know what's happened.
Well, that's what he can do. And Itoje as well. Two exceptional carries, but Edinburgh contesting brilliantly. McAnally right in there. And that's not saying the others have been easy, but it still goes the same way. And with a kicker like that in the side, Edinburgh are going to feel reasonably confident, but they will know here at Saracens, 3 times winners of the trophy, that there's still an awful lot of work to do. Nick Tompkins is stopped. Owen Farrell and Elliot Daly. That's an interesting angle. Will it sit up? It does! For Lewington.
And off the left peg, you can see on the wider picture, it was Kinghorn who was hanging back there. He got flat on his defence, and Daly just read the play brilliantly, didn't he?
Also a bit of miscommunication in the Edinburgh backfield as well. So you've got Kinghorn, who was working across, thinking that he needed to get in the front line when actually he was supposed to become the fullback, the sweeper.
Crosby now as a ball carrier. He's got to turn the right way. Tizard also has to get out of the way, and if he doesn't, it'll be a penalty. He looks at the referee, say, what can I do? Well, the referee will show no mercy in that situation. And so often the player is trying to look like they're doing something, but they know what they're really doing. Here goes Kinghorn, those long legs trying to get into action and cover the stride. Well, I think everybody in the ground could turn away there. Well, Mike Blair showed himself to be brutal with the change up front. To dig it out once more, but this time to release. And those Saracen supporters getting heavily involved. Edinburgh come through, they play the 9, they were offside. And Saracens have another penalty. Now, earlier they were kicking for the corner. So Farrell again. 3 points again. They do have that 4-point advantage. Trying to keep it in, trying to put the pressure on Daly. But he had space. Farrell, oh, he's given it away! And here's Hoyland trying to celebrate 100. Cross comes Daly, he steps. Oh, and he steps again 3 times. Needs support maybe now. He's got Shield with him. And others arriving. Big men at the breakdown. Drama here. in North London as Edinburgh go wide. They've got men to score this. Lang brings it back. Must score.
Oh.
Hasn't. How have Saracens survived that? They'll have to go to Edinburgh in the final pool game. They want maximum out of this match. Fonsale waits. He's going to leave it to the forwards though. But Edinburgh bravely somehow get those orange jerseys in the way, but not that time. Finally they crack. Wilson-Croft throws the ball in the air. But that was comfortable from Saracens on the drift. Just pushing Edinburgh towards the touchline. Crosby tries through the middle again. So does Kinghorn. What a step that is. One more, he might be in. Looks for the offload. There's the try from Husum. They're not out of this. Their character being tested.
Well, the chasing points I mentioned earlier on about this young man, Blair Kinghorn, if he would attack a little bit more, he did exactly that. He knew the gap was there. Husum in for the try. And Edinburgh either chasing a 4-try bonus point or to get within 7 points for a losing bonus point. They're certainly going to give it a fight because they've thrown everything at this Saracens team.
Or win the match.
Absolutely.
Out, here's Mata. Twice involved with those carries, but kept at distance. There goes the gong. We're into time added on now. Final play, we know it. In goes Saracens, ball's not forward. That's got into his own man. That will be it. And Saracens have won back in the Champions Cup. Mark McCall admitted to some envy watching games in this competition last season. He loved watching them yesterday and on Friday night because he knew his side were back in.
Absolutely, Edinburgh really stepped up to the mark, didn't they? And in young Luke Crosby and also Blair Kinghorn, they were in the mix for the Heineken Star of the match. But, you know, Saracens' experience came back. They won the collision. The turning point, obviously, was the opportunity that Edinburgh had to score to take the lead with about, what, 12 minutes to go. But Saracens defended well. They came downfield. What a cracking game.
I mean, it was a brilliant match, wasn't it? Edinburgh gave as good as they got. Came in with the right attitude, really attacked Saracens. I mean, they'll be so disappointed with the second half. A couple of key areas that Saracens got to them, particularly in the set piece. Line-out malfunction, scrum malfunction. That was the difference, really. Ball in hand, both teams really, really good. Of course, Edinburgh will look back at the Farrell interception. That was the key moment. They had to have scored then. They scored that. It's a completely different game. Saracens don't panic. They stay calm. They stay composed. They take their moments and they leave with a win.